I think it's time that I take my knee health just
a little more seriously.
I should let go.
What is up, everybody? My name is Jeremy, and if you're new to my channel, I'm a former infantry marine, so I have a few years of walking, running, and jumping out of 7 tons wearing 80 plus pounds of ammo and gear. So my knees are pretty much shot. I was also wounded in action, so that qualified me for government-provided health care, which also means that I'm pretty much out to find a solution for my bad knees all on my own. And in my scouring of the internet for some kind of reasonable solution to make my knees just a little bit better so I can do the things I enjoy, I came across KneesOverToesGuy. And I'm sure if you found my channel, you've probably already seen him and his content, but just to give a little bit of information, it's written by a guy named Ben Patrick, and he is just over the top enthusiastic about knee health. And of course, his method of strengthening knees. He's also had some kind of knee replacement or partial knee replacement, and it's really awesome to see what he can do with the conditions that he has. All that aside, I did have some reservations before finally pulling the trigger. Two things really. The first one being, of course, he's enthusiastic. It's his product, his program. So I didn't want to just go and throw my money at someone who was happy about what they were selling. The second thing is money. And this is a big one. There's two different things to look at here. The first one, the in your face, is this is a subscription-based coaching program. And it comes at the hefty price of just about $50 a month. And maybe you're in a better position than I am, but $50 a month is a lot of money. The second part to that money issue is the startup cost, the hidden startup cost that I actually had to dig for. Nowhere on his page is there an exact gear list of everything you need. It's actually hidden under the frequently asked questions section. Now, I have a pretty decent gym here down in my basement that I have amassed over the past about a decade. But if you go through his gear list, the gear he uses, it's not stuff that I have, and it's not something that you normally see in a gym, at least in your traditional gyms. Now, if you go through and you calculate the cost of all the pieces of gear that he recommends, that he uses, it comes out to right about $2,000. That's crazy. So now I have to pay a subscription and pay $2,000 for gear that, what if this doesn't work out? What if I'm not happy? Now I'm stuck with it and I'm out like $2,100. So let's talk really quick about what pushed me over the edge to give this a shot. One of the big things is that people on YouTube commenting on my previous videos where I talk about my knee issues, recommending KneesOverToesGuy. That speaks volumes when people reach out to you, notice you're having a problem, and give you recommendations, and from different sources come the same recommendation. I've also spoke to friends outside of the fitness community, of the running community, and they've also heard of this guy and what he can do. So these recommendations and positive vibes from multiple sources is super comforting, and it gave me a little more to look in further to what I can do to start this program. The next reason that pushed me in the direction of taking the plunge was there are workarounds for a lot of the gear he uses. I'm about to go over the gear I purchased here in a little bit, but I didn't have to go and spend that $2,000 to get started. Hopefully the gear I have, the gear I bought, is going to be enough, but that's to be determined in a future video. And one more thing that I thought was super inspiring and motivating is that right in the middle of his website, he has this big quote that says, "Do what you love without pain and then become a world-class athlete regardless of genetics." And that's a big statement to make. I'm not disillusioned. I know I'm not gonna beat Kipchoge. I'm not gonna beat according to Walter. But to see how far I can push that statement just makes me want to stop what I'm doing right now, hit the rower and go for a run, and then take up swimming and be a triathlete. That's not happening. I don't swim. So without further ado, what gear did I buy to start this program? And I'll also go over some of the gear I did not buy and just a kind of a brief snippet on how I plan to work around it. So the first thing is a slant board. This isn't something I felt I could work around safely holding weights. I'm not going to stack up books or bumper plates. So this is going to be a big help. Changes in elevation, but it's not a product review. That's just the first thing. The next thing that I can't work around is a tib bar. If you're not familiar with this, Google it, YouTube it. I'll get to it later. But right now, just know that I could not see an actual workaround in my gym to make this happen. The next piece of gear is just a strap. It's a Nordic strap. Now, this I'm hoping to replace this crazy board he uses. It's pretty much a bench that holds your feet down. It costs $600+. But this little Nordic strap that I got off of Amazon for, I think it was like 12 bucks. I'm going to use this to strap my legs down so I can do his crazy exercises. And this is the weirdest one. This is really weird. So he uses this thing called monkey feet, but it's also another $85 piece of gear that straps weights to the bottom of your feet. And call me cheap, but what I have here are, again, these $11 bands I got off Amazon. Really all I need is the one. I searched for a hack to strap weights to the bottom of my feet so I can avoid paying that $83, and I found a YouTube video of a guy that uses these to somehow strap dumbbells to the bottom of his feet. I thought that was genius. So whatever I can do to save money, I'm hoping this works. It looks like it in his video it does. So $12 or whatever these things were, done. And now for the gear that I did not buy that I'm hoping to work around having to spend that money. The big one being a sled. Now, I would love to have a sled. A few issues with that. Your traditional sled that is just a piece of metal on the bottom. I don't want to ruin my grass. I don't want to ruin my driveway. So that's kind of out. And down here in the basement, I don't believe I have enough room to get enough workout with it before having to hassle turn around to do it again. There is a freaking awesome sled that has wheels on it that looks amazing, but that cost around $1,000. I believe it's like $1,200 if you buy the package deal that comes with the straps. I'm trying to work around that. So instead of buying a sled, KneesOverToesGuy does have this workout. Use a lower curl, use a lower cable, which I have over here, but there is a workout with the lower cable that I hope to use that to get around buying that very expensive sled. And the next thing, which I've already touched on before, is this bench low to the ground that straps your legs under it. That's another $600 for that bench. And again, I plan on using this Nordic strap. Again, like $12 on Amazon to strap my legs to my existing bench to do workouts on that. So what do I hope to get out of all this? Now there's the obvious. I want to be able to not hurt, right? I don't want my knees to feel what I'm currently feeling right now in my left knee, which feels like loosely knit spaghetti. Being a world-class athlete, not going to happen. But two other things that I'm kind of excited for is that he loves to boast about being able to dunk a basketball after never being able to do that before. I've never played basketball because I'm not good at it. But the thought of being able to possibly dunk on your regulation 10-foot net. Sounds pretty freaking awesome. The next thing is being able to split. That's a big thing, sort of. I have a 10-year-old daughter who could split just fine. It'd be awesome to show her that I can too. We'll see if that happens. But that is it. That is my introduction, my initial thoughts going in to this ATG KneesOverToesGuy program. I'll be doing the weighted program, not the zero. He just doesn't sell the zero very well. Whenever he talks about it, it's like an afterthought, and that doesn't give me the warm and fuzzy. Pretty excited. Just the thought of my knees being a-okay all the time, being able to dunk a basketball. It gets me excited. It really does. I can't wait to start this thing. Super duper excited to see where this takes me. But that is it. Thank you so much if you watched all the way through to where we are right now. I really do appreciate it. If you could, hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe. I have more videos coming out. There will be updates on this program on how I'm doing and my experience with it and my knee health. And just come, enjoy my journey from fat to fit and fast faster. Thank you again, and I will see you all on all the future videos.